Can I get my arm back yet?
There you go. Hello. I love that clip of Robbie dancing with Rocky. That was me. I messed up. I took us live. I was trying to move my Stream Deck, accidentally pressed a button, then couldn't figure out how to get back to the starting soon page. I couldn't find it. I kept looking for it. So, because it's not on my Stream Deck. So, oh well. It all worked out. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Miss Sarah Lynn. Hello, Andy, and thank you for the introduction. He wants some kind soul to purchase the Lester's Fixins. You are here. Hello. You may hear Rocky in the background because, as always, he's like, time to make noise. Time to make noise. Okay. So anyway, we are going to the Veracruz region today, which is on the Gulf of Mexico, and we are going to do some red snapper tacos in the Veracruz style. We're going to do some green rice, arroz verde, and we're going to do some ceviche because along the coast, everywhere in Mexico, they do a lot of ceviche. So that's what we're doing tonight, and Robbie's gonna make a cocktail. It was interesting as I was looking at cocktails in the Veracruz region, I kept coming across one called Torritos, and there were two main ways. One was a fruit way, and one was like a vanilla cinnamon one, but it sounded super, super sweet, making it with condensed milk. So we're gonna do the one that's more like a limeade with alcohol in it. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. Fajita Phantom, yes, it's Taco Thursday. Yes, the intro is above. We can read it. If Robbie will scroll down for me, I can read the intro. Welcome to Dana's Kitchen. Dana will be continuing her adventures in Mexico with some yummy foods in the Veracruz region. Don't forget that Robbie is also is the cocktail maker, and also don't forget he especially wants some kind soul to purchase the Lester's Fixins on the Amazon wish list. Have fun. Robbie's like, what? Who? What? So thank you so much for the kind introduction. How is everybody doing? How has your week been? I can tell you here in Texas, it was like 75 yesterday and like a high of 45 today. So it's amazing I haven't gotten sick yet. You did hear tacos. If you would need us to call Robbie again. No, we actually went out to dinner. We went to a steak place, and I had beef short ribs, and he had a steak salad. I'm like, why are you ordering a salad? But that's what he ordered. So it was a nice evening. It was, pretty laid back, but also very nice. So, and luckily the weather was nice because our table was out on the outside area. Because if it had been today, it would have been very cold out there. So it was perfect. How was everybody else? Did anybody else celebrate Valentine's? Yeah, it was a good night. It was a very good night. And weekend plans, I'm slammed this weekend. I have clients to Robbie. He's having to deal with the dog. It's pretty hilarious over there. You're going nuts following this stream. Oh my gosh. Okay, guess what? Did you want the light pink? I'm hoping you wanted the light pink because I've already got an A on it. If not, I can switch it to a dark pink. Did you want the light pink? Is that the color you wanted? You drove to Amarillo for tacos with a friend for Valentine's. How fun is that? How fun is that? Thank you so much for using your Prime subscription right here in Dana's Kitchen. If you are, just so you know, everybody, if you are a Prime member of Amazon, you do have a free subscription you need to go use somewhere.
Drink more, cook less, cheered 100.
And there goes Robbie.
Thank you.
Giving me more bits. Taco Tuesday and Valentine's Day is a perfect combination, and thank you for waking me up, Miss Sarah Lynn. I probably needed that. Speaking of goats, Andy, is this the right first? And not the goat, Andy. Let me get this. Do one thing at a time. Is this the right color? Did I get the right color for you? Is Canara about not right this second? I said it with flowers. What did you say with flowers? Oh, exactly. Okay. So I got that one for Andy, who has been hanging around here for quite a while, for like 10 months. 10 months Andy has been here and been a supporter, and thank you so much. If you subscribe, you also get to have a heart on the refrigerator behind me. All right, now let me go back to what I was saying. Speaking of goats, did you guys see? I got this. I have forgotten the last 2 streams to show this to you guys, but this is my trophy for winning the trivia show on Pops's channel with Dinner with Mom. So if you have not checked out Pop's Definitely Really Fun game show that he does once a month on a Saturday in his channel, you need to go check that out. So go give him a follow so you don't miss it. And he cooked stuff the other day, which looked amazing, that we might have to do here sometime, because it is chicharrones to put in like burritos. So there we go. And there's the shout out for Pop. So if you see his name at the top of your chat, that means you're not following him, so give him a follow. The fastest way to find out, yeah. Does it play the screaming goat noise? It does not play the screaming goat noise, but it has it's on my mantle, like in the middle of my fireplace mantle, because, you know, nobody else I know other than Dinner with Mom has a goat trophy. So it is great. Love Shack 65, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. What brings you here? Throw it away. No. You stay away from me, Sarah. Okay, so first thing we're gonna make today is some halibut ceviche because we need to get that working. So Dragoness brought you here. Well, thank you, Dragoness, for dragging some people around into the channel. Awesome. Clean kitchen floor. So we're going to do the ceviche first because we want that to sit in the citrus for a while, so it can kill any bacteria that might be on the fish. Because contrary to popular belief, which people think that we are cooking the fish, what we're really doing is killing the bacteria in the fish, because it doesn't like acid. Bacteria doesn't like acid. So dragon is dragon people. Yes, Deva Ella, welcome in. All right, I'm gonna put that away. So we'll start with the ceviche, which actually is on my phone. Where did I put my phone? I think I put it over here, because I didn't get a chance to print it out, because I was at the grocery store getting the red snapper for the tacos, and then halibut was on sale, like a lot, and I was like, oh, I gotta try something with that. We've got to do something. So adult briefs, yes, they can come in handy when people punch the screaming goat a lot. If you're new in here, like maybe Love Shack is, that is Rocky that you are hearing. He is our resident multi-poo velociraptor. He's loud, but luckily I'm here joined by Robbie, or you can call him Randy. It doesn't matter, drink more, cook less. You can call him any of those things. My daughter calls him Shrobby. And he is our resident tech guy, dog wrangler. That is not Rocky flying through the air. That is my dog wrangler holding him in the air. And tech guy, dishwasher. He's my logistical elevation technician. So he does a lot of things. So there we go. Bork, bork. He is loud. He's very, very loud. Aren't you? Can you be less loud? Can you be less loud? Because you're going to camp tomorrow? You going to go to camp tomorrow? Yeah? See, he gets excited because he knows, well, you can't probably, well, you see a little bit. So that is Rocky. There's another dog wandering around. That is Otis. I'm actually more likely to step on him than he is to make a noise. He is almost 16 years old, right? Almost 16 years old. So, and he's a sweetheart most of the time, although He is that older brother who knows how to push your buttons to get you into trouble, because he does that to Rocky too. So levitating Bork, yes, he does. Does Rocky like fish? So I don't know if Rocky likes fish. He might. Actually, he does. I know he likes salmon. So Wolf Mom, welcome in, Raiders. He will still hear Slider like a ninja, though. That is true. Welcome in, Raiders. It is so good to see you guys. If you're not following Wolf Mom, get on the bandwagon and give her a follow. She is a resident Texan and gamer here, and she is a huge supporter in the food and drink community, which I love, love, love. So she is a hero. That is correct. So give her a follow and welcome in, Raiders. We are doing regional Mexican food on Thursday nights, and tonight we are doing Veracruz. So we're going to do some Veracruz red snapper to make some tacos. We're doing halibut ceviche, and we're going to be doing arroz verde, and we're going to be doing a Veracruz style torito for our drink. And torito, I believe, means a little bull, or I think that's what it means, little bull, torito. So there we go. You followed her and exhausted her TTS. That's good. I'm sure she enjoys that. So, woohoo, yes, Wolf Mom Raid. So we are ready to go. We're gonna start with the ceviche because it needs to sit in that acid for a little bit. So I'm only doing a very, very small portion. So I only got a 1/4 pound of our halibut. And I'm gonna put this ice back on top of the red fish for now, because I brought it all the way out in here from the other refrigerator already, and I am too lazy to go take it back. So there you go. Let's not do that on there. I'm gonna get a different thing. And he is still making noise. Still making noise. And I need to pull the recipe up so I know everything that needs to go in there. Elser, hello. Hey, Wolf Mom, how did your stream go today? Oh, there we go. He's very, very loud. He may be going into another room very, very soon. Very soon. Nope, I don't want that. Person spotted at my front door. Is that what he could possibly be yelling at? There is a package. All right, here we go. Halibut ceviche. Where is the recipe? How do I know in what? How long does it sit? Usually if you want to, I don't think it's a ratio of the pounds. So usually I put things in ceviche for 1 to 2, maybe 3 hours ahead of time. If I'm making a lot of it, it may end up being in there a little longer. I don't like to put it in there too much longer because I think it gets too acidic-y, but usually a good 1 to 2 hours, which is why we want to do this now so that we can eat it on stream a little bit later. Okay, so we're going to start with the halibut. Let me just see, blah, 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 lime juice. Okay, so this is all we're going to do is do the lime juice first with the fish. And
do you just have to make sure the meat is covered?
Yeah. I would do that. Credit cards to camera. What? Because this is over here. You can't see nothing with those. Can't see nothing. But I appreciate you looking out for me, Pops. Were you in here when I showed the trophy? That's Pops. He's in here now. We gave you a shout out already.
Where'd it go?
Right here.
Oh.
See? Because there it is. Woohoo! As in covered with the acid. Yes. Yes. You're going to lurk for a little bit. Excellent. I love lurkers. I mean, not at my house. Let's be clear there. Don't come to my house and lurk in my windows like a drone.
Or other dogs.
Or other dogs.
Or wildlife that drives the dogs crazy.
Well, I don't mind that. That's kind of fun to watch most of the time. Finished your calc homework. Okay, well, we did. We showed it, and I made a big deal out of it. All right. We want these two in about 1/2-inch pieces. Try to cut them as uniformly as possible. Oops. There's a little piece over here that doesn't want to cooperate.
Sarah's like, I'm going to lurk in your house.
In my house? That is acceptable, Sarah. But only for you, because you're special.
Pops found a Korean version of ceviche that uses soft-shelled crab and gochujang.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. I did see there was a crab ceviche that was a Veracruz style ceviche as well. I just already spent all my crab money on making your sushi bake. So I have no more money to spend on crab. I'm going to do that one is...
It was really good, though.
Wide. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So good. So Pops used a meal redemption. So that is one of the things with channel points is you can tell me what to make for you.
You chose to be fancy.
I did. I chose to be fancy because we used real crab and not imitation crab.
Hey, Sarah, I think Dana's also that special kind of special.
I will not be bored with you around. You and I, if we lived in the same town, Sarah, we would get in so much trouble. Good trouble, at least as far as I'm concerned. Well, those are different, really. A little different, but that's okay. We're going to survive. We will survive. And so now what I'm going to do is... Oh, I actually wrote the whole thing out here. 1/8 cup of lime juice. So this is 1/4 recipe. It's a very small amount. We're going to do it in there. And where did I put my lime juice? There it is. I have more lime juice in the other refrigerator.
That's good.
Because this will not be enough for our cocktails. And our cocktail tonight is actually a batch cocktail as well, so it better be good. Because we're going to have a lot of it. Okay, and that's it. This is what we're going to start with on the ceviche. And cover it and stick it in the refrigerator. There are fights breaking out in my kitchen. It's not the first time today either. They usually don't. Did you move his crate in there? Sometimes Rocky just doesn't want to behave. So we're gonna move him so that we can peacefully make our tacos tonight. I need to clean out my refrigerator. It is so full of stuff. Ooh. Wait, there's a little piece of halibut in there. We don't want to miss that. Get in there. Get in there. All right. So that's what that does. That's why even with like eggnog, if you're making eggnog, you can let it age if you've got alcohol in it. Because it makes it a really acidic environment, and so the bacteria and stuff won't grow in it. It can't grow in anything that acidic. So we would have the best kind of shenanigans. Poor Otis. Otis may have started it, Pops, so I wouldn't really feel too bad for him because a lot of times he starts that. He 100% starts that. Okay, so I think the next thing I have on here is to start making the tortillas since that takes a while. And I hate having all the other food wait while I'm making tortillas. I've got my fancy masa. Wait, that's the wrong one. Masa, that's the wrong one too. Let's turn all the right ones on, Dana. That'd be awesome. Okay. And I really like it. I don't know if it's just the way they grind it or if the, Nix Metal that they make it from is better. I don't know. So Otis is like, thank goodness he's gone. Thank goodness he's gone. I also want to, for the rice, So I'm going to start doing these, but I'm also going to roast. Our green rice is going to be made green because of we're going to have parsley, cilantro, lettuce, poblano chilies, and then some onion and garlic in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to roast all of those things so they get a little more flavor to them. I don't know if the recipe even tells me to do that. Half add all of those things and do smooth. It does not, but I'm going to do it. So I'm also going to turn my oven on, and I'm going to have my trusty sous chef over here get me a baking sheet out and put said things on the baking sheet and toss it in a little olive oil and get it into the oven. And I don't think he followed any of that, because the look on his face is like, so what? We need a emote for that. A one of these. You're gonna, yeah, you're gonna show yourself. This is the look. There he is. All right, I'm gonna give you one step at a time. Get the baking sheet out. Dun 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 dun. No, you can probably that one will be okay. The small one will be okay. All right, so good job. You've got a baking sheet. All right, now you're going to take the two of the 3 poblanos that are behind me. That are behind me when I'm turned this direction. They're behind me. There we go. And let's take. Is it a whole onion? It is. No, so we're not going to put the onion or the garlic in there, just those. So let's put a little olive oil on those, and then when the oven hits 425, we'll stick them in there. Good job. Good job. Deer in the headlights, yes. He looks like that a lot, Sarah, unfortunately. The color on this looks a little weird. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm pale and pasty today. I don't know. So because this is going to be more street taco style, we don't want to make them too big. If you've never watched me do tortillas, we're going to see, do they work today for Dana, or is Dana going to fight with them today? Which do you think it's going to be, Robbie?
I think it's going to fight you today.
Do you? If you're using a tortilla press, make sure you put wax paper, plastic, something. I like to use bags, the plastic bags. This is one of the only things I like to use plastic bags for. You're so pasty. So far, oh, I just put my fingernail in there. That's not good.
You lost a fingernail?
No. I just made a hole in it. This side doesn't like me as much. Oh my goodness, Drinkweiser! Viva Mexico, for sure. So this, what this means is it's still a little wetter than I would like it to be, but it'll dry out as we start.
What color heart would you like?
Yes, what color heart? Thank you so much. 16 months.
months.
That is crazy. Okay. Now, I have made many mistakes making tortillas. So if you want to know what mistakes not to make, if you're using plastic, don't let the plastic touch the thing the hot thing. I think I want to try and get like a cast iron comal, or because I have a terracotta one, which is what was normally used.
A red heart.
Red heart. Robbie is going to help out with that. He hates helping me. Unless it's the tech stuff, but even that he sometimes yells at. All right.
Is there anything extra you would like on your heart?
Oh, are you offering to draw pictures?
Well, no, I was the phrases that some people did.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to do that. Anybody who has something up here, you can put a like a conversation heart type phrase on there if you want to. And I forgot to ask Andy if he wanted that. So when Andy comes back from lurking, we will have to ask him that question. Okay, I am going to move. This one is getting done, so we'll move it to the cooler part of the pan because this burner is not as hot as this front burner is. And homemade tortillas, corn tortillas in particular, are so much better than anything you will ever get in the store. Anything. Let's see here. Good. Comals are so goof. They're goof and good. So hot stuff. I like it.
Excellent.
Perfect. I need to remember. I forgot to ask Rusty if he, well, I couldn't ask Rusty because I was in the middle of doing yoga. So this Sunday, we're actually going to step away from Mexican food. I got one of the cookbooks I got for Christmas was Kenji's Walk Book. So we're going to make our own XO sauce and then cook something with it. Look at this tortilla. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. And I'm using blue corn if you're wondering why the color is weird. Okay, stay there for a second. I don't think it'll move, but you never know when there are dogs around. Okay, stick that in there. We're gonna move this one back. We're gonna put, perfect, look at that. Robbie is a pro, such a pro on that.
How are you doing this?
If you take a little piece of double-sided tape over here and then just tape it to another heart, it's the left side. It's the double-sided tape. That's what I'm doing today. So on Taco Thursdays, I make a lot of tortillas. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Oops. As I almost ripped this one in half. That looks good. Get that one in there. Move this one. So this is the part that is a little time consuming. As I just throw plastic everywhere. It's all good. And if you're doing this like for a party and you want these to be fresh, make all of your little balls of dough first. So you're not doing what I'm doing, which is making a mess during the party. Or when you have dinner guests over.
Just don't throw food at me again.
I cannot make any promises.
I'll send Sarah after you.
Yeah, Sarah will go after you probably.
Nope, she's on my team. We're in the same club.
Are ya? I think this one still needs a little cook time. We're gonna move that back. Whew. So how is everybody doing? What's exciting in your world? What's going on?
I was just saying, Sarah, that if she threw food at me, that you'd go after Dana.
And then she'd get to me and I go, here, I have food for you. And then she'd turn around and stop chasing me. Let's see, I give you tacos. What's he gonna give you?
Oh.
Thank you, Sarah. Love you. Mwah. You got rid of your rotting barbecue today. You didn't just clean it up? Was it that bad that you had to get rid of it? Because you can always buy, like I've done that before with barbecue pits, like for some reason it got left open and things got a little icky in there and just rebought all the parts. You are not fat. Stop it.
Did you know that Picard season 3 is out?
The what is? Oh, the season 3 started? Oh, I didn't know that started. You're going to watch your show later. I might have to do that too. I'll see if I can convince Robbie to watch that with me. He gets a little bit of a say on what we watch. Awesome. I didn't know that. Otherwise, I probably would have done that earlier today.
Drinkways, are you guys still our warm weather?
Yeah, our weather is not warm today. It was very warm yesterday. I was sweating yesterday when I went and took my walk. And today, I had to wear a coat and was still freezing cold. So what's up with that? It's good. Yeah. So we get February here is really weird because you'll get some of those 60, 70, even 80 degree days, or you can get, it can be so cold that the power grid shuts down.
It was 2 years ago that it was
So cold.
4 degrees for the high.
I was so happy when my house was 52 degrees. I was like, woohoo! And I said, that's weird when you're happy that your house is that. So who was wrong about what kind of tortilla day this was going to be?
That'd be me, Dana.
Yes,
That
it would be
me.
you. That would totally be you. And I did this by weight too. So this particular recipe said a pound of masa to 1.4 pounds of water.
Minus 15 sounds pretty cold.
That is too cold. Nobody should be living when it's that cold. I mean, living in that place. You know what I mean? It's weird though. I've been reading.
So we should all migrate south for the winter is what you're saying.
Yes. Absolutely.
Maybe all the way down to Mexico to have some of this amazing food.
Yes. I wish it was safer to travel around in Mexico because I would love to go down to Mexico and travel around and eat. Wouldn't you? That's a dumb question. The answer to that is yes.
Yes.
Yeah, minus 15. No bueno. Get off of there. You want to see the tortillas cooking over here? Robbie can make that happen for you because look at our handy dandy stove cam. It's so exciting. I think it's exciting. I was excited for a stove cam. Is that one done?
Almost 2 years in the making.
Not quite, but almost. Turn that one over. I'm getting good at this, guys. I was already okay-ish at it beforehand. Okay-ish. Words are hard.
Words are hard.
I was doing Italian again today, Robbie. And
How's
it's
that
always,
going?
I can't, there are certain words that it never hears me say right. Was I wrong when I was doing the playback on those things? Did I not sound exactly like what they were saying? Or am I wrong? Was I just hearing myself wrong? 6 active? Oh, 6 active, yes. We have other options. But that also counts the one that shows Robbie's face, which is just the laptop cam. Correct?
Correct.
I'm doing this pretty fast. Could it be
Puppy
that I'm
cam.
it could be, but I can't like ask him and I think I'm pretty good at it. But things like just stupid words like lay, and it'll go, nope, you're wrong.
La la lay, la la lay.
And
La
I'm
la lay,
like,
la la lay.
and I'll listen to both what I said and what they're saying, and I'm like, they sound the same to me. They sound the same.
Where is the puppy cam hiding, Dana?
Oh, do we have puppy cam? Puppy cam. I don't know. You could always. I don't know where the puppy is. Is he sleeping?
No. The puppy cam.
Oh, it's right here.
She was hiding it right in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Right where it is.
Oh, this is like I heard someone say puppy cam.
Single stream. It's right there. It's a conspiracy. I think it is. That one may need to cook just a tad longer. That one's getting close to done. Let's get a fourth one on here. Bam. Bam. Do I need to be more enthusiastic about that? Hey, don't forget, Sarah, I don't know who you're going to root for on the 25th. I totally understand if it's Darth. But Darth and I, along with 2 other streamers, and I don't know who they are going to be competing on Teeds TV. We're going to each be making one of our own dishes. So I will be making, ooh, that one puffed up, yay. And I'll be making some brisket Texas chili. So you do your own. You get to choose what you're making in the first round, and in the second round, he tells you what you're making, which we'll know ahead of time, but only less than 24 hours ahead of time to make sure that we have the ingredients on hand. So it'll be a battle. It'll be a battle. Hi, Bravewood Beanery. Hello. How are you doing?
Hello.
Did you get my message on Discord? Because I sent you one today. Because I was been thinking about you off and on, and I kept telling Robbie, remind me when I'm awake to send her a message and see how she's doing. So you might have to cheer for Darth, at least out loud. Okay, you text me though, and let me know that you're really cheering for me.
I'm
yes,
gonna have to cheer for Darth too.
You did get your. Oh, good. I'm glad you got the message. I wasn't sure how to get something to you. Oh, he is a sweetheart. He is 16. So I just try to enjoy every moment I can with that baby. But I wish he wouldn't get under my feet while I'm cooking on stream.
Don't worry, I'm keeping him busy.
Good. Keep him busy. You reply. I didn't get the reply, or I didn't see the reply yet. I haven't looked. I know you've had a lot going on, but we gave a shout out to Bravewood Beanery because she does stream, just hasn't for a couple of weeks with stuff going on, and as we all get in our lifetimes. And you'll want to check it out because she's really awesome, amazing, has amazing, awesome kids. And if you don't do that, you can always order coffee from her. She makes amazing coffee, which I need to get together and order some. So, grumpy old man dog. Sometimes, are you talking about Robbie? Is Robbie the grumpy old man dog?
Sometimes.
I call him the grumpy old man. Oh, did you put those things in the oven already? Before the oven was heated up? Yeah.
Quite possibly, Dana.
Okay.
Hold on, let's check the oven can. Yep, they're in there.
Oh, these last ones are coming out really nice. They're puffing up, which I love. Let's turn that one over there, though. We'll get that one in there. Get another tortilla on here. We're almost done with the tortillas. We've got a few more to do.
All right, we'll see you a little
later. That one over there. Okay. Thank you for coming by, even if you don't make it back. Oh my gosh. All right.
So you're claiming that they shouldn't have gone into the oven 10 minutes ago.
And until it was heated up, probably not. You want to check on them and see if they've started to get like a char on them?
Well, surely not. They were just supposed to go in there.
Oh my goodness. He's impossible to work with. He's like a diva.
It's just very hard to find good help, Dana.
It is. I agree.
It's like you get what you pay for.
I feed you.
That's not how the saying goes.
That's how you get paid, is in food. Woosah. All right. I think this down here didn't quite get wet enough, so I don't know that these are gonna, I may need to put a tad more water in there. Not a lot.
They're a little powdery.
Yeah.
Can we
It's not-
see?
Can we see? We can. See how it's not coming together right there? But I think if I let it sit, you can feel it with your hands, right? Like when you're working with masa, you can feel you want it to have a Play-Doh consistency. So if it's really dry, it probably doesn't have enough water in it. And it's super easy because it's just water and masa. Dun, 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 dun. Turn this one over. That one's kind of thick. See how that kind of masa went everywhere on that one. I think I'll make 2 or 3 more. Let's see. And then we'll do something more exciting than watching me make tortillas. Way more exciting, just like woo exciting, which is chop stuff.
Well, I'm glad
Unless
I was
somebody
sitting
wants
down
Robbie
for
to
that.
chop.
No, nobody wants me to chop.
I don't know.
I'm
There's
the
more
guy
Dr. Peppers in here.
I'm the guy that stuck the peppers in the oven 10 minutes too early.
Yeah, that's different than chopping, though. Very different. One is putting things in the oven at the right time, and the other is chopping.
One of those sounds way more dangerous.
Way more dangerous. It's not really dangerous.
Why not grill the chilies?
Because I didn't feel like going out and turning the grill on. But you could totally grill the chilies. I usually, if I'm in here just cooking and we're not putting anything on the grill, we'll just do it on the gas. But because I got so many things going, today this is the way we're doing it. You still get some of that good flavor. You don't get as much as I like to do it actually on the charcoal grill. So I like to do it on the Weber. And so, like when it's hatch chili season, I do a bunch of them out there. I just throw a bunch on the Weber grill. Just don't open it up and have your face over it, because that would be bad. That would be bad. I feel like this one needs to get turned over again. That one's a little torn.
Pop says the gas just chars the skin too fast.
Yeah, and you don't get the smoke flavor from the gas grill, right? Like when I do it on the charcoal grill, I usually throw hickory or mesquite briquettes on, or at least that's what I've done so far. Pinyon would probably be good too. And so it's a lot of regular charcoal, but then also some wood charcoal on there. And then you get the smoke flavor in your chilies. So good. So good. But if you don't want your skin to char too fast on the gas, you can turn it way down and kind of put it off to the side. Or you can have like, that I noticed the other day, that the Lodge veggie thing is still on the grill, and so now that's going to need to be scrubbed and reseasoned because it's oxidized. So at some point we made something out there and didn't bring it in to clean it off. So
You're supposed
What?
to flip the tortillas onto the counter.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I got one more. I'm going to make one more.
Oh my.
Are they ready?
They're ready.
Okay. It's okay. They're supposed to char. Let's see how charred Robbie got the peppers. That's actually pretty good. Look at that char. Do you see? He's worried about that. That looks good.
They're injured.
All right. It looks great. The blacker the better, I agree. But they got a little more cooked because he put them in the oven when the oven was still not super hot. They're still gonna work because all that's gonna happen with those is they're gonna go in we're gonna stick them in a blender and then we're gonna put them with the rice. So we're gonna put that with onion and garlic and parsley, I believe,
Would you like me to flip them and
and
put them back in there?
cilantro and some,
Would you like me to flip them and stick them back in there?
No. They're done.
Apparently they're done, Pops.
I think they're good. They're fine. I didn't even need to do that. I'm just doing it for flavor. So it's all good. Now, this rice recipe has me cooking the rice in a really weird way, and we're gonna do it this really weird way. And I don't know, those of you who have done, cooked, had somebody from Mexico teach you how to cook things traditionally, if this is the way you learned it or not. I'm gonna actually drain my rice. I've had my rice soaking over here. I meant to pull that out earlier and forgot. So soaking and rinsing the rice. And it's 1.5 cups of just white. I'm using white jasmine rice, but any long grain rice will work. Okay, we'll let that sit and drain while we finish up our tortillas. Look at those, they're looking good. We have a whole, look at all of these tortillas, Robbie. I think they're gonna be okay. I don't want them to go in again because they are way cooked more than I wanted the actual pepper to be. But what we are gonna do is cover them with some plastic to let them steam for a minute. And I know our wide angle, actually I don't want to put plastic on it because that is hot. So what am I gonna do with those? I'll just make another dish for Robbie to wash.
Careful, there's a wild animal in that corner.
I know, I saw the wild animal. So we'll stick them in there and let those steam for a couple of minutes. Makes it easier to peel the skin off. So Darth is in the house. I am blaming Robbie for it because I said to him, and you can go check the tape, I said when the oven heats up and is preheated, put the peppers in the oven, but he put them in the oven right away.
In my defense, she says lots of things.
You have to listen faster.
Not possible.
Mm-hmm. I am good. How are you doing, Darth? And did we give a shout out for Darth yet? I didn't remember if we did one when Miss Sarah Lynn was in here. But yeah, if you are not following Darth, you must push that follow button that is at the top of your chat and get in there, especially because apparently we're competing against each other in a week and 2 days. So how are you doing, Darth? And what are you making? What are you going to be making during Teed's thing? Liz Anth, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Liz Anth. You are so amazing. I love you so much. Welcome in, Raiders. Hi, how was your stream? What did you make today? Your food always looks yummy, and I love that you even post the things that don't come out quite right, because it makes me feel better because my food sometimes doesn't come out right. So welcome in. Thank you for doing that shout out, Pops. If you have never been here before and don't know who I am, my name is Dana. I am joined here with a couple of dogs. We have put the Maltipoo Velociraptor away for the moment. And then I also have Robbie, and he is my sous chef who messed up just a minute ago. And tech guy, my logistical elevation technician, my dog wrangler, my dishwasher, Eternal Ramen. Hello, welcome in. New chocolate flavored press cookie. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm probably going to have to talk to you because I cannot make press like I did a little bit better this year when I did spritz cookies for Christmas, but those presses, they don't like me. So just a real quick, here's what we're doing. Thursdays for the next few weeks, I'm doing regional Mexican food. That means real recipes that have come out of Mexico, not Tex-Mex food. Today is Veracruz, so we're going to be making red snapper tacos in the Veracruz style, as well as some green rice and some halibut ceviche. So that is what we're doing. Let's talk cookies sometimes. That would be awesome. I would love that. Because you're here in Texas too, right? I mean, we could even make cookies together sometime. And you can show me all your secrets. So what we've done so far is I've got the halibut marinating in some lime, so getting ready to make the ceviche. And we have also made a bunch of tortillas. So these are blue corn masa tortillas from scratch. And they turned out pretty good. So a bit south. Yes, that's I know where you are. Let's see here. So the next thing we want to do is start getting all the things ready for our fish. I did start marinating the fish earlier because it needed to marinate for a couple of hours. And all it is marinated in is some salt and lime juice. That's it. So we put that on there.
That's still too many ingredients for me. I'd forget.
Is it? So we've got, and I love my grocery store. We actually have fishmongers there. And so he did all of the things for me. He did all the things for me. He took the whole fish. He took all the things out. He filleted it, took all the bones out of it, took the gills out so that I did not have to do any of this. So this is red snapper here. So we're going to leave that. I'm going to go ahead and, I think I probably already threw it. It's still very, very cold, but let's get all of the other pieces of this going. So actually, do I need to do the rice first? Should we do the snapper or the rice fit? The rice is going to stay better because we can always heat that back up if we need. Let's do the rice first. Look, I'm sorry.
Way to tease.
I'm sorry that I teased you guys that that's what we were going to do.
But don't worry, the fish isn't going anywhere.
Probably not, since he has nothing left of it. Thank you. Okay. Wow. Is it wow because I teased you? Is that what it is? Darth is still not telling me what he's cooking. I think he's avoiding me. He doesn't want to tell me.
It's because he wants to win, Dana. Why should he help you?
Whatever. Okay. So let's cut all of the things that we need for this. So we're going to need some parsley. And actually, I don't need to cut that. This is all going to go in a blender. So I don't really need to be cutting anything here.
So on that game show, can you only help people or can you also sabotage?
There are things like if you spin the wheel, there are sabotages on the wheel. So it might land on something that helps you. It might land on some. And the sabotages are usually things like you just lose time. That's what I saw on there. So you have a certain amount of time. But if you do that, he's fixing himself some dinner. Okay. So we're going to put some of this. This is what's going to make our rice green.
Sarah.
Okay. Maybe that's why he's avoiding me, because he's like, oh, I got to decide
Music
what
to
I'm gonna
Dana's
do.
ears that there's still no game plan.
So it said a small bunch of parsley. I think this was pretty big, so I think that's probably enough parsley. We need to put, what else are we going to be putting in here? We're going to be putting in some cilantro, but not a lot. It says like 3 sprigs. So put a little cilantro in there. We need some romaine lettuce leaves. Who ever heard of that? Anybody? In making your green rice, I don't think I've ever put romaine lettuce leaves in here. 1, 2, 3. But I'm looking at these. Hang
Is
on.
that from like the era of the dinosaurs? They're huge.
It's romaine lettuce. It's what you eat your Caesar salads that you love so much. You're surprised it's not cilantro? Me too. But you know what? I think that too much cilantro in there, I don't know that I'd like the flavor. I think I would like that earthiness of the parsley better. Just make sure there's no dirt on that. Let's see, we need 2 poblano chilies. Now, we're supposed to remove the seeds and stuff from this, so we're gonna do our best. They're kind of hot, because we decided to roast them. And by we, I mean I decided that Robbie would roast them.
And then I cooked them instead by
Yeah.
putting them in way too early.
Yeah. Okay, skin's off of that part already. So we're just gonna try and get that skin off of there as best we can. I'm not as concerned about it since it's going to be chopped up, but if we were doing like a chili relleno or something like that, we would definitely want to get that skin off. Makes it harder to cut. And again, if you're ever doing things, you see what it asks you to take both the seeds and the ribs off. Seeds are bitter, ribs are spicy. So if you want it spicier, you can keep the ribs on, and if you want it even spicier, the bitterness from those seeds will make the ribs even spicier. So normally when I do chilies like this, I would do a gigantic batch of them and then let them sit and steam for like 30 minutes or so, 15, 30 minutes. We didn't wait quite that long, so it's a little more challenging. I know Robbie wishes this was probably the, there's one rice that I make that's a poblano cheese rice. Remember that? That's like a casserole.
That was pretty tasty.
Throw a piece of chicken or something on top of that, and it's so good. It's so bad for you though, because it has so much cheese.
It can't be that bad, Dana. It's just rice.
With lots and lots and lots of cheese and cream in it. All right. We're getting our things done.
Chilies are meant to be peeled for an hour at a time.
Yes, well, do it one time, and then you can, otherwise you have to remember multiple times not to put your fingers in your eyes, right? Whereas if you do it all at one time, you only have to remember that one time. Did you have to do this when you were a kid? Pops? I talked to some people, and they, around here, there's a lot of people that have family members that were from Mexico, and they have lots of traditions from Mexico, and they talk about making the tamales or having to sit there and prep a bunch of stuff at different times of the year. Okay, that's pretty good. Robbie doesn't mind if it's a little spicy.
Yummy!
I know. Hi, John. How are you doing? And give a shout out to John, one of the most energetic people on Twitch these days. So give John a follow. His food looks delicious all of the time. So you get some good Asian food. Are you cooking tonight, John? And if you are, what are you cooking tonight? There we go. All right. We got that. I'm just going to keep making a mess over here for Robbie. And wash my hands. to get at least some of the oils from that pepper off of it. But still, everybody remind me, don't poke yourself in the eye, Dana. Don't do it. All right, and then I need some onion, but not a lot, but we're gonna chop more of this later anyway. So just coming in to say hi, thank you. You have no idea what you're making. I know your wife is already tattletaled. She's already told us you don't know. I'm feeling better, but I know it's gonna be delicious, no matter what you make.
John says he needs these tacos in
His
his mouth.
We haven't even started making the tacos. We're
That's
just
good- that's
making,
'cause
right
you-
now this is the
You
rice.
teased the fish, and they're like, nope, left turn.
I know, it'll be my first time actually cooking a whole fish. But like I said, I have our grocery store has actual fishmongers. So I said, hey, I don't want to have to do all of the things with the guts and stuff. And he goes, I got you covered, girl. And then he did it for me. So that was awesome. I didn't have to do that. And then we need some water. How much water? Half a cup. My eyes are not working. And then let's see if we can get this baby. I got to actually put the blender over here. That would probably help. Right. Oh, I need the onion too. I haven't done that. I don't have a trash bowl. Have you noticed that? I'm gonna need more white onion and a little bit, so we'll put that over here. This only needs a couple of tablespoons-ish of white onion. I'm also, do I look taller tonight? Do I look taller?
You know, I thought there was something going on. What happened?
I'm wearing shoes with a heel.
And here I thought it was just a camera trick.
No, not a camera trick.
Or that I got shorter.
That's possible. That is possible. Fish tacos are so, yeah. Well, you know what, John? You'll be able to see them because I will post them on Instagram and Twitter and all the good things. So you'll get to see them, just not live.
And we'll even eat a taco for you.
I will. I'll do that for you, John. I'll eat a taco for you. And if I can't, because I'm full, Robbie will definitely do it for you. That's how much we like you. We're willing to sacrifice.
That's how nice we are.
All right. That's not working. Let me get a spatula.
Hey, Jedi.
Jedi, hello, hello. How are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna get a little more water. It says to use as little water as possible, but clearly that was not enough to get this baby moving. There we go. Making some progress, slowly. Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic so I can do this for a second without, is it muted now? It's not muted. There we go. Is that better? You don't have to listen to the blender. So now we've got a nice green sauce for our rice. All right, this is a weird, like I said before, rice recipe. Because here's what it says. We've already let the rice soak. And now we're going to heat some oil in the pan. Whew. It was still hot when I put that on there, so it will not take too much time to heat some oil in this pot. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fry this rice over high heat until it's a pale golden color. And then we're going to add these blended ingredients to the rice and fry over high heat. And then we're going to add broth, which I did not get out yet, and I need to. How much? Chicken broth, 2.5 to 3 cups.
Hey, more Dr. Pepper.
That's not very, very specific there. There's gonna be a lot of chopping coming up, just saying, more Dr. Pepper. He's so happy when I do that. Okay. So here's our rice. It's mostly dry. And this recipe comes to us courtesy of Senora Maria Luisa Camarena de Rodriguez. She's not in Veracruz, though. She's not in the Veracruz region. I just thought it sounded good. So this is out of the Puebla region of Mexico. So we're gonna let that go, make it some nice golden colors. How are you doing, more Dr. Pepper? How's everybody else doing? Why am I doing this?
Because you were shaking the blender.
Oh, because I was shaking the brilliant. Okay. I think it needs a little more oil in here. I hate putting cold oil into a pan that's already got stuff in it, but it's a little too dry.
If we were allowed more animated emotes, Dana, do you have any idea of how many random things you'd be doing as emotes? Shaking the blender, dancing, singing.
I'll just do it in person instead. Hello, Kath in New Jersey, NJ. Kath in NJ. How are you doing, Kath?
Welcome in.
Welcome, welcome. Good to see you here. Just had dinner because I made you hungry. I haven't even made anything yet.
I've had 2 pops. Sorry about that.
Yes, we can just do the raccoon for you. But he won't move.
And now he's angry.
And now oh, good, good. I'm glad. I don't usually. That was just dumb luck that I got your name right. That's what happens. All right. So my rice is no longer white. I'm going to let it sit here for just a second. I don't want to burn it. So I don't have this on super high heat. Robbie has so many fun things to do. Ooh, I know what I forgot to put on the menu. The other thing I want to try and do is make some veggies too if I have time. So we have veggies to eat.
What kind of veggies?
Zucchini, squash, and red potatoes. With some cotija cheese and a little...
Now I'm in. There's cheese on it.
Looks like an Ella. Most people think they think it's Kathleen. I can see where they might do that. I can see that for sure. Again, dumb luck. Just dumb luck. All right, so we're gonna do, let's see here. We got that. And when do I put the, has been George Smalter and adding Add the blended ingredients. Okay, we're gonna add these ingredients now. I mean, we do have some veggies in here.
That is spitting.
It is spitting. Woo! Ow.
Careful, Dana. You're in the splash zone.
I definitely am in this. That is absolutely correct right there. Okay, I think we've gotten, there's green everywhere now over here. Not something you usually see splattered all over the kitchen. Okay, and then what we need is some broth. And it wants me to keep this uncovered. Uncovered. Add broth and salt and put it on medium heat though. I'm gonna turn that down a lot. We're gonna add in some broth here. And Pops, this is one of those recipes you would hate because it's like, 2, 4, whatever. And for me, that's a big difference between like 2 or 3 or 2 and 2.5, whatever. It is gonna be a really pretty color, isn't it? You didn't realize it'd be confusing when you made it. That is the hard part, yeah. I had to go back and try and change a bunch of stuff when I started streaming so that it was consistent, but then Dana's Kitchen was taken in some places, so.
And even I have a new name now.
And you have a new, that is true. So let's get some of this green.
Measurements.
Yes. You people, you rational, super rational. I don't recall there being exact measurements with the chicharrones. I remember you going, I don't know, it's about 5 pounds of chicharrones.
But it was delicious.
This is gonna go for about 15 minutes, and what we're looking for is for all of this liquid to mostly be absorbed or look like it's absorbed. Then we're gonna cover it and let it sit and finish cooking. So that is the recipe as it is written. Now, might I in the future do this a different way? Yes, it's very, very possible. But sometimes when I first do a recipe, I don't like the way they do things and I change it. And other times I'm like, I will try it your way. Maybe you have a point. Because when we made the picadillo, Robbie's over here. I'm looking at you and trying to talk to you. When we made the picadillo last week, it was a really weird way to make picadillo, but it turned out really good. So it seemed like a lot more work than the way I do it, so I don't know about that. Other than that one example. See? My point. Okay, I'm gonna start while that's going, and we're gonna keep an eye on this. And Robbie's keeping an eye on it in the corner, okay? So when we start to see the rice again, and it looks like it's starting to dry out, if I don't notice it, somebody yell at me.
Can I just yell at you anyway?
You can, but you also have to remember and decide where you would like to sleep tonight.
Do we still need the oven on, Dana?
Yes, but I need the oven on at 325, so let's change that. Big 325, because that's what it needs to be for the fish. I'm actually going to move this over to another burner so I can cook on this one. So let's go over here. That's the wrong one. You would think I would know this by now, but I don't. So we're going to get some things ready for the fish. And so for the fish, we're going to need some thinly sliced white onion. So like I said, there was a reason why I wasn't going to get rid of this onion here. And by get rid of it, I mean throw it away. So let's get that little piece off of there. And I'm going to have a trash one, but also a non-trash one. So we need about a cup. And I think that this will probably satisfy that about a cup. You know what? Pops is going to have real fun when we do the must-go menu. The must-go.
I'm looking forward to the must-go.
Mm-hmm. I'm chopping like he does. One thing at a time. Move it. Remember?
I do remember.
Okay. Are you watching, Pops? It probably would go faster cutting your chicharrones if you did multiple chops at a time before you moved everything. I'm just saying.
Maybe he wasn't in a hurry, Dana.
That's true. Maybe he wasn't. All right.
Is that a John Boo's cutting board, Dana?
It is. It is. So this is my small one. I bought this one for myself, and then Robbie bought me a giant one that he didn't like to wash, so then he bought me a smaller one that's in between this one and the big one. So sometimes
the Goldilocks one.
The Goldilocks one. Is that what you're calling it?
Not really, but I thought of that now.
But it works. Where did I put the garlic? Did I put it away?
With Lisa, thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
With Lisa. Well, now I got to meet Lisa.
Hello, hello.
So, hello, and how are you? What brought you here today? We've had a couple of raids, so I didn't know if you came in with a raid or if you discovered us some other way, but welcome into here. I'm doing pretty good. It is between the two things at the extremes, right? Robbie's like, oh, that one's too small for you. You need a bigger one. Okay, I don't like this big one.
Check the rice, Dana.
Check the rice.
How's
nope,
the
it's
rice
still
going?
good.
We're
It's still
still good?
going. Yeah, it's still good. I think we've got at least another 10 minutes on the rice before we need to do anything. All right, we're gonna do some garlic here. So what I'm doing is I'm doing all my mise en place for the fish specifically. I'm not trying to do all the mise en place at one time. You know, just in case Robbie decides he wants to chop some things.
Oh, Sarah, I love ice cream emergencies. We have a real one. We don't have any right now.
Well, I'm not buying the ice cream because I'm not supposed to have it.
I don't buy any ice cream. It just shows up in the freezer one day.
Here's the thing, though. What's so funny is that I don't eat ice cream. I love ice cream, but I'm trying to be good. But I just look at Robbie when he's getting his bowl of ice cream, and I'm like, how much ice cream do you have in there? Not because I'm judging him, because I want to make sure he puts enough in there so that I can have some. But here's the really bad, you know what he started doing, Sarah?
This is all not true. Don't believe a single word of what Dana's about to tell you.
He started feeding Rocky ice cream. And now Rocky thinks all the food that we eat must be his as well.
This is a wild exaggeration.
It's really not. You had to put some caramel, a little cinnamon on it. See, I love a good vanilla ice cream.
Because you can make it anything.
Mm-hmm. And I like to put some caramel on it. Sometimes I like to put a little Kahlua on it. That's good on ice cream. Put some brandy on it, kind of like a brandy Alexander. Although I'm out of cognac and brandy. I mean, have apple brandy. That's not the same. I'm going to turn this down.
It's true. The puppies are always looking for stuff to get dropped during the cooking streams.
Except that poor Rocky doesn't get an opportunity to do that because he could not behave. So, sorry.
He'll probably be back later.
All right, we need about 2 pounds of tomatoes, which is a lot.
Sounds like a lot.
And then what are we doing? We're finally
look how red those
them.
tomatoes look.
Really? I didn't think they were all that
red. They look really red on camera.
Well, good. I'm glad we're doing something right with the color. So this is probably about 2 pounds of tomatoes.
Sarah's making me want some ice cream now.
You're just hungry because I'm
hungry.
feeding.
How's the rice doing? Let's see.
I think it's doing fine.
Looks like it's okay still.
Can you find a cover for that though? Well, or you can chop tomatoes. Which would you prefer?
I think I'll go searching.
Okay. So all I'm doing is I'm taking out the core out of the tomatoes because you really cannot find diced tomatoes when you've got the core in there.
Oh,
So-
first try, Dana.
All right, I don't want it on there yet.
Oh.
I said fine. See, he's not following directions.
Cover has been removed.
Thank you. Can you turn the heat down on that pan a little bit? Thank you. It's my sous chef. My sous chef. Avoid, yeah, I can't eat a ton of dairy either.
And is it Canara that can't have dairy?
Yes, Canard does not have dairy. So,
More Dr. Pepper cheered 500 to make Robbie cook for 5 minutes.
Now it's going
Thank
to be
you.
even longer before you get dinner.
More Dr. Pepper.
So you can always donate $5 or do 500 bits, and then Robbie has to cook for 5 minutes. So that is what somebody that probably knows him very well has decided to do for him.
So what am I doing with these? Am I just making halves like what you were doing?
Start there, and then you've got to finely chop them.
Then there's more? Well,
Yeah.
hold on. One step at a time, Dana.
I'm going to just show you what that finely chopped looks like. Oops. I'm going to sharpen this knife for you. I'm going to hone this knife for you, though. And then...
Otis,
Okay.
she stole our knife. So we'll just sit here and look pretty.
Okay, perfect.
Sarah, there's a couple clips that might be showing up on the intros soon to the show. Because imagine, you dress up in a Buc-ee's Christmas
Okay.
costume and people make clips.
And people make clips. They sure do. This is going to need salt.
So you cut out the middle. Mm-hmm. Seems dangerous.
Well, you didn't cut the top off, which makes it a little more difficult.
All right, the tomato's been topped, untopped, whatever.
That's good. Okay, you got to talk. You got to
really
entertain
don't-
people.
Really don't trust myself with a knife, Dana. There we go. Look at that. Looks just like the others. We're doing great.
You're doing good so far.
Just gonna tell myself I'm doing great.
Darthessa and Christmas Buc-ee should be a thing. Maybe we'll have to have a special, like, mid-year Darthessa Buc-ee cooking thing. Oh, a podcast. What an excellent idea. Christmas Buc-ee and Darthessa.
I know, right, Pops? You better believe I was telling her to leave you alone.
He was not. He was the one typing all of that into the computer.
Because she was forcing me to. I was like, Dana's gonna pull out her red marker.
I wasn't. I was making comments in the kitchen and he was typing them into the computer. Why do I take out the seeds? So it depends on what I'm doing. So like if I'm making a tomato sauce for Italian or whatever, I don't do all of this. But because we're gonna be stuffing the fish with this, and we've got to cut it really fine. It's really hard to cut fine otherwise.
You just really like to reach over the cutting board when I'm holding a knife, and then I get very nervous. Because as much as I don't want to cut myself, I really don't want to cut you.
So it's just the way, a lot of things will say to seed and core the tomatoes. And if you're making like a pico de gallo or something, you probably want to do it this way. Otherwise it gets real watery.
The strips?
Yeah. No, because you're going to be dicing them. So you're going to do this, and then you're going to go like this. And these are going to be a little challenging.
How has it only been 2 minutes?
Make sure I turn the heat off on the rice. Okay. And then you're going to stick these. I'll give you the bench
Thank you.
scraper and stick them over there.
Thank you, madam.
That was kind of a squishy tomato right there. So, but it's a good question because a lot of people ask that question is why do we do that? So if I'm putting it on a salad, I'm not going to take the core and the seeds out. I'm just going to slice it. If I'm doing like maybe try turning it the other way. Maybe that'll make it easier when you're not having to cut through the flesh on the top. So I'm dishing out the pro tips. That's my plan. Hey, no manna man.
Hey, no
Someone
manna man.
is punishing Randy again. So this is Robbie, but those of you, we've got some new people in here. If you're familiar with Kanara called him Randy for an entire night. So we now have Randy, and when he's done doing this, he's gonna make us cocktails. Maybe he'll make us some guacamole too, while I'm doing other things. Because I got to do the things.
She's doing the things.
So this is just all of the prep work for our snapper. I need bay leaves, oregano. Ooh, do I have capers?
I sure hope so. Capers are yummy.
I know. I wonder if I used them all though. I forgot to pick some up. I've got anchovies. Is that capers? Aha!
This is a lot of tomatoes, Dana.
I know.
It didn't look like a lot of tomatoes, but then you made me chop, and now it's definitely a lot. I may not get through with them in time, just warning you.
You have to finish the task at hand.
I don't think that's the rule.
I think it is.
I put it to a vote, but I don't trust chat right now.
So that one sticks R&R.
Yeah, how did Shrabi start?
Shrabi started because Kelsey, my daughter, saw a license plate in the state of Washington that said Shrabi, and she just decided that needed to be one of your nicknames. And that's how it happened.
It's funny, I knew that, but I had completely forgotten until you said something.
Darth. Shh.
Darth? No, believe me, I saw the clock, Darth, because the first 2 minutes took forever. Because that's when I was almost cutting myself trying to get the middles out.
Name 7 untrustworthy things we've ever done.
It's okay, there's only 8 halves to go.
It's okay, we're never going to be done.
I mean, there's another knife. But
oh, the rice is off. Thank you, sweets. I've already taken it off of the heat. So the heat is off and we've covered it. And so that now it's just gonna sit there and finish steaming, and hopefully the rice was actually almost cooked when I checked it.
Did you see that, me producing while chopping?
I did, look at that. Doing 3 things at once, chopping, talking, and pushing buttons.
Well, 4 things. I'm looking good.
Oh, I'm looking good.
Is it a good or a bad thing, guys, when she laughs that much?
Well, everybody's got to see. Look how good Robbie looks. Woo! Doing his thing.
Now it feels like she's just overcompensating for laughing. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's all fine.
This is fine.
You're doing so good. Look at you go.
It's because the knife was recently honed. It's all the knife.
You're not holding the knife right.
She's giving me a knife complex. Pops, I want to be part of the club.
Fine. Can you hold your knife right, please? Hold the blade.
You know what? We're going to get the rest of this done in record time. Look, I didn't even use the bench scraper. That's how much you've
Because it takes
distracted
too much
me.
time. More Dr. Pepper says, you're doing great. I'm not micromanaging.
No, I know what that's like, and not by Dana.
I also know what it's like. I've had a boss who micromanaged, and I had to teach not to micromanage. So, Andy's back. Hey, Andy, we forgot to ask you, do you want like a conversation heart saying on your heart? You know,
mine was be mine.
Yeah, Robbie's is be mine, and let's see here. I don't have anything for Sarah either. If Sarah wants to put something on that. More Dr. Pepper has be my Valentine, and Drinkwazer has hot stuff.
That's what I should have put on mine. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're looking good. Your fourth thing that you're doing all at once. So,
Do what I can, Dana.
do you want me to finish that up?
I mean, there's only 4 to go. Might actually need another bowl.
Nah, they'll all fit in there. It's all good. Oh, I was going to get out bay leaves, oregano.
Directing would be the proper term. Sounds better than micromanaging, that's for sure.
I have,
Or scolding, or whatever else we want to call it, where I'm doing something wrong, which is a lot.
let's see
I'm
here.
certainly not the talent of the show.
And we're gonna
Where's
do-
the fish? He's hiding over here, Darth.
He's hiding. He's right here. There he is. He's in salt and lime juice. Is what he's in right now. And no, I didn't do all the things. I had the fishmonger. He took the scales off. He took the guts out and the gills out, and he sliced it open and got all the bones out for me. So, perfect. Put I love Buc-ee's. Perfect. That is perfect for you. If I can only find where Robbie put the pin. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow.
Who is it?
Is it Steven? Steven?
Is it
Words,
Steven?
Words are hard.
Steven?
Welcome in.
I insulted the fish, so yes. I am making, I'm gonna make brisket chili, not smoked brisket. We're gonna grind the brisket, and we're gonna make brisket Texas chili
Wait, when's that happening?
for Teeds.
Oh. You're telling him?
Yes, I'm telling him. Hey, I don't know where you put the marker.
It's over by the computer.
You're stealing it from me?
Because I don't put things back in their place, Dana.
Okay. I heart
That's
Buc-ee's.
way too convenient.
All right.
1 to go. We're almost done. All right, Andy, that's fine. And it's a week from Saturday. Do we know what time yet?
Well, it's 4 p.m. Central.
4 p.m. Central, a week from Saturday, so 9 days away. Should be lots and lots of fun. If it's anything like the other one we got to watch last month.
It was good, but you better
So we gotta.
put some comfy shoes on. It's a lot of standing and it's long. So Darth, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have you're gonna have your own thing that you're gonna make first, and then he will post in the Discord. Are you in his Discord yet? You need to get in his Discord. He's got a chef channel, and only those people who are competing are in it, or maybe it's chefs, people who've been on his show. I don't recall. And then he will post in there the night before. But by the night before, it's Australia. So I think it was posted at like 11 p.m. or something the night before. So you'll have time in the morning, early afternoon to go grab any ingredients that you might need. So last time it was like a lemon tart, a lemon custard tart is what he had them make. And then people, as they donate money, there's different things that happen. Like they can They can donate money and give you extra time on the clock versus other people, or have you spin the wheel, or you can even make Teeds have to cook with us with a big enough donation. So be careful with the knife. Exactly. Okay, I need to do a few. I don't know if I need to stuff the olives. Had the fish cleaned, I did all that. Heat a 1/4 cup of oil in the skillet, fry the onion and garlic. Add tomatoes, cook, and then pour the sauce in the blah, blah, blah. Okay. So there we go. We're gonna put some oil in here. We're gonna do the spinach and garlic, the onions and garlic spinach. Where did I get spinach from? What is going on in my head? What is going on in my head, Robbie? Swifty5, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. How are you doing? Streamin' Lehman, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in, Swifty5. Thank you for bringing your family. Hi, Raiders. I am Dana. I am a home cook here in Texas, and we are doing some regional Mexican food tonight. So I'm starting on what we're gonna bake our red fish in, our red snapper in for later. So welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, Swifty5. I've seen you someplace else before.
And you are following.
I am following. So I've seen you in somebody else's channel. All right, so we've got some onion in our garlic.
How was your stream?
Good question, Robbie. You've always got my back. I love it. I'm here with Robbie, who is my tech guy, dog wrangler, various other things. He does so many things. And then with my dogs. Otis, who is a good boy and who is out here hanging with us, and Rocky, who had to be put in doggy jail for the evening. I am done with the blender. I am done. So what did you do? Did we give a shout? We gave a shout out to Swifty5. Go follow. And what were you up to in your stream today? I'm going to dump my trash out. I'm going to start chopping some things because I want to make a pico de gallo. And when Robbie's done doing some of his dishes, we're going to have him make us our cocktail for the evening. If you ever want to see what I'm cooking, you can do exclamation point menu. If you want to see what our drink of the night is, it's exclamation drink. So feel free. All right, I got to chop more, believe it or not, tomatoes.
That's not possible.
And then we're going to do some, I think I have a red onion. Yeah, some red onion. And make ourselves some pico. And then some cilantro. Get some cilantro out. Try not to make a mess, but that's usually doesn't happen here. Dana not making a mess. All right, we do not want these to brown in here. We just want them to start getting translucent. So this is the sauce for our fish. Here in the United States, when you get like Veracruz fish, it's usually tilapia, which is not my favorite fish. It's fine. It's a nice white, inexpensive fish to eat. But we're going to be using red snapper, which is what you would typically get it with in Veracruz. I've had versions of Veracruz that are very garlicky. So I guess maybe if you really, really love garlic, you can do that. All right, we're going to dump our tomatoes in here and let those cook down while I chop and make a very, very quick pico de gallo. As a matter of fact, you know what? This just had tomatoes in it, so we can make it right into that bowl there. So red snapper is, I'm excited. I'm even more excited that I didn't have to clean the fish myself. And I don't know if I want to add a lot of salt to this sauce because the fish has been sitting in salt and lime juice for a couple of hours. So I feel like that might be too much, you know. So when we stick this in the oven while Robbie makes us drinks, and it's batch cocktails, so there'll be plenty for you, I'm going to make the ceviche and finish that up because our halibut has been swimming in some lime juice now for over an hour. So I think it'll be ready. Chip. Robbie did a good job with those tomatoes, didn't he? Chopping those tomatoes. You made a quick pasta primavera, some salad, and leftover chicken. It's always good to have those quick meals. Like this is not one of them for me over here. But I do love a good pasta primavera. I love pasta. I cannot wait to go to Italy and eat all the pasta. Unless my body says, nope, you're not doing it. In which case, I'll eat whatever else they have. Any ideas on what I should try when I'm in Italy? Anybody been there? You had a favorite food? I was there, but it was a number of years ago. I want to say it was 14 years ago when I was there. It doesn't seem like it was 14 years ago, but I'm pretty sure it was. Where in Italy are we going? So we're going to start off in Rome because Robbie's never been to Italy. So you got to start with Rome, beginners Italy. We're going to the Amalfi Coast. We're going to Tuscany, and we're going to Cinque Terre.
Well, don't forget about Naples and Pompeii on the way.
Right. So, I mean, we're going to be stopping at places along the way. On our way to Amalfi Coast, we're going to go to Pompeii and Naples, and then on our way to Cinque Terre, we'll stop off in Pisa. But those are like little day trips that we'll be doing. I think we're going to be going to the island of Capri, and in Tuscany we'll be staying in Florence, and then we're going to leave and go into the countryside and stay at Saturnia, and then drive around every day, and hopefully see little markets and all the good stuff. Squid ink pasta? We could try squid ink pasta for sure. I've had it before here, but I'm sure it's way different in Italy, right? It's gotta be. So a quick pico de gallo. I love this. It's a nice fresh thing to put on your tacos, and it's just tomato, cilantro, red onion, a little jalapeno. I usually put a little olive oil in mine just to give it a little bit of fat. Not a lot. We're not even going to use this whole jalapeno because it's a very small portion of this. Uh-oh, the velociraptor is back out here. Hopefully he's going to be calmer. What are the odds? Under or over? Anybody? I'm going to go with he's not going to be quiet. Do I win? Already? You got to lurk and eat. Of course you've got to eat. Go eat. Go eat. Thank you so much again for the raid. I appreciate that so very much. He did a tour through Italy with his chef friends. We'll have to look that up. Disney app. But it was originally Nat Geo. Okay. There's a good one. We've been watching Stanley Tucci, which we like that one. Okay. I think I need to put in here. What do I need to put in here with the rest of the ingredients? Okay. So let's put a couple of bay leaves in here. Let's put some oregano in here. We don't need a lot. This is Mexican oregano, which is slightly different than Mediterranean oregano. We're going to put some of these jalapenos in here. I think next time I'm going to do some of these in strips, because a lot of these recipes are asking for the jalapenos to be in strips. We're going to do some.
And those jalapenos are really good, by the way.
They're so good. How much of this do I need? I need about 2 tablespoons. I don't think I quite have 2 tablespoons, so.
Big food bucket list, huh?
Ooh, all right. I love ideas. I love new things to watch. And then we're also supposed to put some olives in here. But not a lot, just a couple. So I'm actually, since it's only a couple, I'm gonna slice them. And then chop them a little bit. The one thing I remember about going, well, when I was in Spain, olives were used in a lot of cooking. And the people I stayed with actually had olive trees. All right, I'm gonna turn that off until I'm ready to do that. I'm gonna finish chopping up my jalapeno real quick and my red onion so that I can work on my red fish here. This is a lot of jalapeno for that little bitty thing there. So we're not gonna use it all. And that is only half. Put that over there. And then the red onion. I always make large amounts of sauces and then I don't get to use all of it all of the time. So get some red onions in there, and then we'll do our fish and get our fish into our 325-degree oven. And then it'll take 20 minutes per side to cook. Red onion. There we go. And I'll finish that up in a second. Look at this mess I've made. I don't want to put this away because we want to make some guacamole, I think. Because I like to make way too many things. Ask Robbie. He knows he has to do the dishes. Okay, here's our beautiful red fish here. This was about 1.5 pounds. They had some much bigger ones, but it's just Robbie and I. I'm going to take some of this lovely sauce, and we're going to put some of it, look at this, look at the inside of this. We're going to put some of that inside of our fish. And then we're going to take the rest of this and dump it over and around our fish and stick them in the oven. And then we'll be able to use all of that meat for tacos. All right, does that look good? It smells so good already. And the fish isn't even baking. And I'm gonna set my timer for 20 minutes while I do a little triage cleaning up over here. And what should we make next? Should we have Robbie make the drinks next?
Probably.
Okay. That's what Robbie would like to do, so we're going to give that to him to do. All right, let's go. Let's make our drink. So this is a batch cocktail. It is called a Torito. So T-R-I-T-O. Now, when you look up recipes for this online, you're going to find a lot of them that are a cinnamon vanilla drink that have condensed milk. They're super, super sweet. So this is not that. This is a, yeah, that's what we're going to make it in. Space, Texas!
Space, Texas!
Hello! 20 minutes at 325. Then we're going to flip the fish over and do another 20 minutes at 325. Thank you so much. So Space, Texas. What color heart do you want? I got white, I got light pink, dark pink, purple, and dark red, and like an orange red.
A very orange.
A very orange red.
Red.
Robbie even would say it's orange, but it's not. It's orange red.
It's very close to being just orange.
Except it's orange red. That's all I'm saying. So let me know what you like. Okay, so as I was saying, this recipe is not the really sweet one because I was finding recipes for both, and in some of the older cookbooks that do things by region, in their drinks they had this kind of limeade type of drink that you make batches of and have it. Now it uses as its in the books, it's using a type of alcohol that you find, and I don't know if you still find it in Mexico or if this is a really old type of thing, but it's like a alcohol. It's like, what was it called? Agua calena de cana or something like that. So like something that's made from cane sugar, but they said to substitute either vodka or rum for it. So we're going to use vodka because we always
pull up, Dana.
We always have way more. You like the controversial orange red? Excellent, thank you.
So what color is it?
So
Settle this once and for all.
see, it's orange red. It's orange red. So anyway, so we're going to be doing the fruit version of this. And you could use different fruits if you want to. Okay, I'm going to do this. Let me do one thing at a time. Otherwise, I'm just going to completely lose my mind. Because I haven't completely lost it yet. I'm just going to finish this off. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. You don't have to put olive oil in your pico. I'm going to put some salt in there. And let that sit and start to get all the
That's how it is.
flavors. It's orange. I can only vote once, Robbie. Your vote doesn't
So it's a
count.
very close race.
Which one of us do you think knows colors better?
Me.
Ask yourself
Definitely
that.
me.
This is the only colors he
I
wears.
am Jon Snow when it comes to cooking. I know nothing, but I know colors.
Jon Snow never said that.
Well, I was really twisting the thing. It's fine, Dana. I don't know why she
Okay,
insists
thank
on
you.
moving
Thank
the
you, Miss
camera.
Sarah Lynn. Yeah, I would love to see that.
All right, we got our vodka in there.
Cool.
I've since lost the recipe, though.
You lost the recipe? I'm sorry.
Hey, buddy.
You people get no tacos. If you
Half
vote.
a cup of sugar. That's a lot of sugar.
You wrote it. So instead of the original recipe called for sugar, I actually made some simple syrup just because it obviously will mix better than having the regular sugar in there. And I'm going to let Robbie, it calls for half a cup to 3/4 cup. So kind of just put it to your taste. How sweet do you want it? And it's pretty simple. It's vodka, water, lime juice, and simple syrup or sugar. So burnt orange. It's not burnt orange. It's definitely not burnt orange. You guys are killing me. You're killing me. You get no tacos. That's what I'm going with. Huh? What? Yeah, there's some in the refrigerator. I bought some today. There's some here. I don't know if there's going to be enough in here, but I bought some other. I told him this earlier. I'm just saying. He's not listening. I also said about 40 other things to him too, so all fairness. While he's working on that and he's telling you what, I'm just going to chop up some vegetables so that we have some veggies on the side along with our rice. There'll be some red potatoes, some zucchini, and some squash in there. We're going to put a little cheese in there afterwards once it's done cooking. Red potatoes are really good for this because red potatoes hold their shape when you fry them up. It's a limeade. Lots of olive oil. Olive oil's good for you. You don't get any tacos. That's so sad. That's so sad that you don't get any tacos, family. 910. Are you going to talk? Tell them what you're doing.
I'm adding the lime juice and counting silently.
Count out loud.
There we go. The entire 1 1/3 cup of lime juice is now in there.
Okay.
We've got half a cup of vodka. Not vodka. Yes, vodka. Vodka is in there. Words are hard.
Words are hard.
So now we just need the sugar, Dana.
I gave you this here.
That's right, because you're doing simple
But you
syrup.
also have water that you've got to put in there. A quart of water.
That sounds like a lot.
Yes, that's why you're doing it in a pitcher. So you probably want to get the water in there first so that you can start by adding some simple syrup in there and then taste it as you go to decide what sounds good.
All the sugar.
Okay. So this is half a quart. It requires a quart. So again, batch cocktails.
Who's coming over? Because we better not drink all this tonight.
No, we're not going to drink. That's what's nice about this is this will be fine in the refrigerator for a few days.
Hey, Tex-Ag for Life.
Tex-Ag for Life is in the house. Can we get a shout out for Tex-Ag for Life? See, there you go.
Okay, so now that that's done, I know you said the taste, but really, how much are we supposed to put in there?
Start with I would start with half a cup. Meanwhile, my pan's very hot waiting for potatoes. Over here.
There's half a cup.
But then stir it and taste it.
Do you have a preference on the stirring thing? Wooden,
No, I think you can figure out whatever works.
Pick my favorite spoon.
Okay, pick your favorite spoon. Well, you're awesome. Oh, does Robbie not have, do you have your mic on?
I was probably still muted. It's fine. It's fine.
Why didn't anybody tell us that Robbie was muted?
It's because I went off an adventure to go find lime juice.
Were you not muted before then?
I don't know. Or when I was doing dishes. Or when I went to go get Rocky out of puppy timeout. All right, that is definitely stirred, Dana.
Okay, taste it. So just some mixed veggies, a little elote seasoning that we're gonna put in there.
It needs more alcohol, Dana.
Does it?
Well, there's only half a cup for the whole thing. Look at her just getting in there. The sous chef used a tasting spoon in case anyone stopped by. Dana's like, nope, my show, my rules. So what do you think?
I think it probably needs a little more vodka too. But it's good. It's nice and tart and not too sweet.
So no more simple syrup. We'll save that for another time?
Yeah. It's perfectly fine.
And then did you want ice with your drink?
Oh, for sure, yes.
Let me get this stirred up again.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many cooks.
It's going to be weird on Teed's thing because I can't say, hey, Robbie, I need help.
I still need to show her that sometime. I don't think she's aware of the Too Many Cooks
The what?
fake theme song thing.
What's it from?
The internet?
It's from the internet.
It came from the internet.
All right, now I'm going to throw all the rest of these in here. Oh, the ice maker doesn't like Robbie today. All right. I'm throwing vegetables everywhere. I made too many, but I love these. Like, this is what I will have for lunch sometimes. It's just a few potatoes and a whole zucchini and squash. But I'm down 10 pounds, so yay. I'm making it work. Okay, leave it, Dana.
Between that and the heels, it's like a whole new Dana.
And then
Okay.
I had to put in our drinks to make them pretty. You can pour.
I can pour. I'm
Yeah.
allowed to pour.
Yeah.
Oops, oops.
But in the glass, preferably.
You didn't specify.
And onions. I was going to put onions in here, but not today. And then we've got like a dehydrated orange that I'm putting in there. And then agave straws. I love these straws. They feel like plastic, but they're not. They're biodegradable, and they're made from what's left over from the agave plant after they've made the tequila from it. So I feel like I'm supporting the entire agave plant. Don't you feel that way?
Yes.
So let those cook. You had a 7-pound bounce Tuesday. Oh, wait a minute. You mean did you bounce down or did you bounce up on yours? Thank you, Kath. You have a fatty liver, so you have to lose weight before it gets worse. Down 11, gained 7, Thanksgiving in New Jersey.